Welcome to Off the Shelf, BeautyScale Podcast, where we talk to top beauty industry leaders from across the world. Today, we are very happy to welcome Mars Zhu, CEO of Afiona, second largest retail beauty store chain in China. He will talk with us about the Chinese market and his inspiring career coming from international brands like Nike, Swatch, or The Gap to Sephora China, and now leading one of the most important actors on the retail Chinese market. Hello everyone. So today we're joined by Mars Zhu, CEO of Afiona. So one of the most prominent retail leader, was shaped and spent his whole career building the beauty experience in China. So Mars, welcome. Thank you very much. We're very honored to have you on the podcast today.
Thank you, Yann. Hello, everyone. I'm Mars. Love to join.
Cool. So yeah, today we're gonna talk a little bit about your experience, your incredible career. I think it's very inspiring to a lot of people in the industry. We talk also, of course, about Afiona, one of the very important leaders in today's market. And lastly, we're going to discuss, of course, about China. I think all eyes are on China today, on skincare, but also on perfume. We're going to talk a little bit about it. So to start, Mars, maybe you can tell us why you picked beauty. I know you've been working on fashion, on watches too. So what did you, what made you change, and went into the beauty? Tell us.
I actually joined the beauty industry in 2017.
Mhm.
So back then, the beauty market in China was booming. It's a very, very good industry. That's one of the reasons why I choose the beauty industry. And second one, my first job in beauty industry is Sephora.
Yeah.
And why Sephora? I think everybody knows. Sephora is a very very famous global brand, and also belong to the LVMH. That's another reason why I choose Sephora and why I choose beauty industry.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Everybody knows Sephora, and I agree with you. When Paul, my partner, when we launched our brand in China, it was 2018. So also it was the big booming on the market, though it was very, very different at the time. But yes, tell us a little bit about how you started your career, even before beauty. So you did your studies in China, and then you started to work. What was your first experience? It was Swatch. That's it. Or tell us a little bit your first job and how you started your career.
Okay, so I did a lot different jobs in my career. Actually, after my college, graduated from the college. My first job actually is very different. It's a restaurant job. It's training restaurant. It's local training restaurant job. The brand country in China already disappeared. So I joined as a management trainee. I worked over there 5 years. Then
Okay.
I moved to Nike.
Nice.
That's actually my first retail job, I would say. Why I switched my industry from restaurant to the retail, because back then the retail industry it's pretty much similar as the beauty. The retail industry back then in China it's also booming. It's very hot. Nike as the leading brand and global wide. So that's why I choose start my career, retail career in Nike. Then I moved to the fast fashion, like the Gap, also American Eagle Outfitter, and also join Swatch as well, the watch industry. And I think for my entire career path, I would say right now, so I work in the restaurant and fast fashion, watch, and also apparel, like and currently the beauty industry. It's very diversity and also
Mm-hmm.
very different and also very interesting.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I think you've done a lot of different industry and you've done a lot of different jobs also, from store manager, from regional operation manager, opening new doors, to now kind of, yeah, CEO, like you oversees so many doors. So this diversity in, in functions also probably help you become the professional you are now.
Hmm. Yeah.
Cool, cool. Okay. So, I think Sephora, of course, we can talk a little bit about it because it was a big part of your career. How many years
Hmm.
did you stay there? Like 7, 8 years now, something like this?
7 years. It's the
7 years
longest.
is the longest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you joined, how many doors they had and how many doors, what did you do there? Or so you've been regional manager first until like VP of retail. Tell us a little bit, yeah, those 7, 8 years. How did you evolve in the company? What was the biggest project you led and everything?
Wow. When I first joined, I think around 150, probably.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, store in China. And my first position in Sephora is regional manager, in part of the East region, like in China, two province, Zhejiang and Jiangsu.
Okay.
Then I grow with the brand together. And back then, Sephora speed up the expansion in China. So we open more store and to the more like cities in China. So then I step by step start from the regional manager to regional director. Then um, in 2000, let me think. In 2022, I
Mm-hmm.
got the chance to take the VP of the retail role until the end of 2024.
Okay.
Then I joined the Afiona. Yeah.
All right. All right. So, big moment there. I guess you met a lot of people, probably that influenced you, to continue this career. Can you tell us maybe about the importance of, yeah, people? How many people were you managing at Sephora? How many people you manage now today? I think the same for me in my company. Uh, People you work with, no matter if it's brands, if it's distributors, retailers, or if it's our own employees, are a very crucial part, of our success. So how do you manage to deal with people, and how important it was for you, in your career?
Okay. When I was the VP of retail, we have over 300 stores in China,
Mm-hmm.
and let me say, each store we have average 10 employee. That will
Okay.
be over 3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So under my lead. Yeah. So it's quite big team. Yeah. Also, we have four different regions. Yeah.
Yeah.
And more south, east, and west. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a lot. So did you did you find some ways, or did you manage to kind of deal with that many people, uh, to rely, probably on a management team that is very close to you? How do you manage that many people on a daily basis? Tell us.
Okay. Because I started from the field. I'll say, I when I was working in the field, I work very close to my not only to my team and also to my peers, and
Mm-hmm.
also every cross functions in the headquarters. So back then, I have a lot of projects, a lot of working with everybody. So I think after when you experience all the things, so you start to build up the trust between each
Mm-hmm.
other. Yeah. So when you get the new opportunity, because retail is a people business, so you have to got the trust from your team and also from your peers. So then you can make things done. So that's the
Great.
advantage I have, right? So I work with the brand so many years. I build up my our relationship and connecting with others. So all the trust I build up, that will help me to actually, I would say, leading the team, right? Also work with them together. So that will make things smooth.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. No, 100%. I think first teams need to know that you have been in their shoes, at some point,
Mhm. Yeah,
especially the people on the store. So your experience as store manager in different also industry, but facing, the consumers that goes into the store probably had been a very good help for you to, gain credibility from your teams. And then, of course, it's all about trust, communication, leadership. So now very, very inspiring. So I think over those years, probably you kept improving your skills of leadership, of management. The How did you do it? Like, did you, I don't know, read any books, or did you train yourself inside the companies, because coming from a few, let's say, dozen employee under your management to thousands is very different, probably. So how did you keep on, educating yourself, training yourself to be able to always like be a visionary for that many people? Do you have a few tips or tricks that helped you?
okay, only one tips.
Yeah.
Learn from your boss and also from your peers. I think I would say I'm very lucky. Um, I have a very fantastic like manager and boss back then. So learn from them. Probably they won't like teach you, like actually teach you in person, but during the daily time, so learn from them. So why they asking that question? So why they make that decision? So if you like you are her, do they make the same call, or you will choose a different ways? And also learn from the peers. So if you
Mm-hmm.
wanna really like getting up, you really want to promote it. So you have to understand the other functions. So how they work. So why they ask that questions and why how I would say how you like cross uh collaborate with
Yeah.
others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like putting like you said, putting your like foot in their feet. So I think learn from them. So I think that's uh the very important like tips. So I will recommend.
Cool. No, I completely agree with you. It's about being next to the right people. That's how you learn. And then probably you have to be a very good observer, and very
Yeah.
curious. Like, it's not about like doing one-to-one teaching class. They're going to teach you how to manage or how to take decisions, or, but if you're curious enough and you're a good observer, you can learn, along them. I think that's a key part of like being very successful in terms of corporate, I mean, in big companies like this. Tell us a little bit about, because I know, uh, in my previous career, I was investment banker in a very famous bank. So there's a lot of competition, a lot of politics, I would say,
Hmm.
internal politics to get promoted. It's not always the best that is promoted. And so how do you manage to kind of keep your own values and still climb the ladder, dealing with yeah, internal politics? Tell us how you did it, if you have a few moments that was, kind of crucial and they picked you more and not the peer.
Okay. I think for me, stick on what do you believe and do the right thing. I think that's extremely important for myself. So, like you said, the environment is very competitive, right? So, you no matter like when and no matter where, you will still facing the competitor. So, and also try your best, and it's really try your best. So, don't regret, and no matter what, like the consequence, or no matter what result happens, so take it and move on and try again, and until you get what you want.
Mm-mm. No, agreed with you. It's about being ambitious also, of course, not having a
Hmm.
goal in your mind, and then fighting for it, and then taking the opportunity also, because sometimes,
Mm.
it's in your gut. You need to do the special move at that moment, deliver result at that moment when your peer is maybe not being able to do it. So anyway, it's very inspiring the way yeah you've done all these career moves. Tell us a little bit now. Probably let's talk about your current job at Afiona. I think leaving Sephora is not easy. Tell us how it happened, if you can, and why at some point you took this decision to go to Afiona.
Mm. Um, why I choose Afiona? Because the brand already in the market over 30 years.
Yeah.
So I know the brand very well. Um, Not only the strength, advantage, but also disadvantage.
Hmm.
So the first, I see the opportunity. So that's extremely important. And secondly, I would say still, because the opportunity over there. So the only question is if I can take it. So when I joined, I also already set the goals for myself in my heart. I really want to run the brand.
Hmm.
As the CEO or as the GM of the brand. So I think for Sephora, I won't say I cannot get the chance, but I would say it's much harder to be promoted as
Hmm.
the leader, really the leader of the brand. But
Hmm.
the Fiona, the opportunity is much small than the Sephora. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. It's about opportunities. Sometimes you see that to lead company like this, because as of today, of course, Sephora globally is much more known than Afiona, but Afiona I think is growing almost larger. We're going to talk about it than in Sephora. So you took the right, opportunity. Of course, you take risk also. I mean, leaving Sephora to lead, to be a CEO. I mean, you started as COO. I think that's it at Afiona
Yeah.
2024. Um, so yeah, maybe tell us a little bit the mindset switch you need to have when you're coming from, I would say, big management to really like C-suite, like now you have to deal with shareholders, now you have to deal with other problems, of course, and other challenges, other opportunity. Tell us the transition. How did it go? How did you feel?
Uh, it's challenging. But it's interesting. It's very interesting. So uh, when you work as a CEO, so you still have the boss, right? So you don't have to responsible for everything.
Mhm.
So you only need to responsible for your scope, right? The
Yeah.
result. But when you get the CEO role, all the results, it's your job. It's your
Mhm.
result, right? So no matter what, who, I would say no matter who made the decision or no matter what everybody did, so that's your call, right? So which means you have to um, understand more and involve more and also try more, I would say. So sometimes they'll fail. I think it's okay, right? So
Yeah.
the retail industry, you sometimes you have to very quick, especially in Chinese market. If you wait, you will die. Right? Try it and fail it. It's okay. So they try again. Use a different way. Or use like probably the different angle. So until the success.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I think it's a very different mindset between French or Europeans and Chinese professionals. I remember when we entered China first with Paul and our brand. We were, always preparing business plan for months and, strategic and for maybe 6 months we prepare everything, then we try. And in the meantime, a Chinese guy or Chinese professional would come, would try first month, fail 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Fourth month, he already tried four strategy and is successful. Else we spend 6 months auditing, analyzing, making sure it's going to work. We still fail, so I learned a lot
Hmm.
from my Chinese partners and distributors we worked at the time on don't think too much, just try fast. Market is going to give you an answer. So I
Yeah.
think, I mean, that's what you were saying. So, but okay, very very interesting. So let's talk about Afiona now. Maybe we have a lot of listeners from the US, from Europe that are not very familiar with Afiona. Tell us what it is, how many doors you have now. So I think 30 years now in the business, as you said. So it's very
Yeah.
established brand. But yeah, introduce it to our listener would be cool.
Okay. I think for the international the get the audience, probably if you're not, they're not very familiar about this brand. Yeah, because in past, the brand didn't um, like do a lot of advertisement
Yeah,
global-wise, right? So, but actually, the brand already in the market for this year it's a 31 years. Yeah, so it's have a long history brands and start from the Guangdong province, start from actually the Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and currently we have almost like 200 stores in
nice.
China and cover 60 cities in China as well. Yeah, we if you consider that size, I would say except the Sephora, we are the another choice for the brands. So all the stores we are owned by ourselves, operate by ourselves.
Cool. Cool, cool. Yeah, I think you are now the second largest retail operator in beauty in China. Very, very impressive. Uh, Tell us a little bit how the doors are, like, what kind of brands you carry. Um, what's the consumer experience you're trying to offer? Tell us a little bit about this.
Okay, so for the brand, we have famous brand. We also have the niche brand.
The niche, yeah.
Uh, yes, like fragrance, we have the the brand we just launched, the first half, Le Couvent.
Okay.
It's a it's a French brand, right? So and
Mm-hmm.
also for the makeup, the makeup we don't have very big like a market share or sales share, the makeup, but I would say also we have very niche brand in makeup and skincare as well. Um, we have Evidence and
Mm-hmm.
also another. It, um, I would say it's still the niche, right? The niche brand in China. And we also just launched in the first half. So compared to other competitors in China, so the advantage of what we have is we can help the brand like build up their brand awareness um, in China. So if you consider we have 200 doors in China, and all that's a physical the doors, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
customer can see the brand and also see the like the hero product. So yeah, that's that's who we are.
Nice. Yeah, no, we work with Paul. We work with Hervé from Le Couvent. So
Uh-huh.
I think it's a very very nice brand, and your portfolio of brands is very impressive and very I would say um, you know complete. That's what a consumer wants to have. Very commercial and big brands, but also some novelties. Probably your consumers they're always asking to see something new. Talk to
Hmm.
us maybe a little bit about the Chinese beauty. Now it's very important. I know you've been also working on your own brand that you pushing into your doors. Yeah, tell us a little bit, like from 5 or 10 years ago. Now the sea beauty in your doors, how big it is, and what do you what do you do to kind of also participate in the growth of Chinese beauty, which I feel is very great products as of today, not only on the ingredient side but also on the branding, on the marketing. So yeah, tell us a
Hmm.
little bit about the sea beauty power in your doors, all of that.
Mm. Um, okay. For the CBD, um, uh, if you talk about CBD, you will see a lot of like choice in China. The first of our brand positioning is the premium.
Hmm.
We niche premium. If your brand is can fit this brand positioning, so it means it fit our customer.
Yeah.
So because our core customer from the age, so start from the 30 to 45.
Okay.
So also our average basket over 500 RMB. If
Okay.
you consider that, so which means some I would say some brand it's Chinese brand, sea beauty brand, it's not fit us. Currently, we partner with Mate and Yang Tang, and also the makeup brand Office. It's
Okay.
also pretty famous brand in China.
Hmm.
Uh, Also, the fragrance, we are still like connecting with them. We have several choice, and probably we'll have one or two big launch in
Okay.
second half. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right. Very interesting. I think we see it also, us covering Europe or Middle East or even the US. We see Chinese brands coming and with their own taste, with their own, of course, competitive pricing. As you said, it's sometimes more affordable, but yeah, probably in the next few years, it's going to be the brands that we would watch here in Europe or Middle East. So always interesting to see also how you see it in your stores. So you talked a little bit about your consumers profile, 30,
Hmm.
45 years. Um, te- tell us a little bit about yeah what are they looking for when they come to your door? Are they coming quite often? Their like shopping behavior. Maybe you can help us because originally, of course, I mean me when we entered the beauty in China, it was all about online. 10 years ago or 5, 10 years ago, and now you feel like we've been to Shanghai together in the streets, and you see all the people now. So yeah, tell us a little bit about how it changed, probably the Chinese behavior, and how you kind of manage to catch those people into your doors.
Mm. Um, I think for currently, the consumer the behavior, in the past, probably they will think, the which product, um, performing like the best, in the market. So they probably will choose it. But currently they will switch to, which brand, understand me better.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's, the one behavior that will change. And also, everybody talking about, the emotional, like, connecting, like, so emotional connection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes, we have the word in Chinese probably, that you can still afford the expensive price. I don't know how to translate this, but
Mm-hmm.
you cannot like, buy things expensive. Then, I don't know how to translate in English, but
Mm-hmm.
the way is the still, for the customer, in China, they still can, afford any like price range product, right? So, but they only picking the product is really understand, really fit them. So they are not following, but currently you can find every information, everything's online. Right? So 小红书 or social media, not only the pricing and also ingredient and like, the story, the founder or everything, right? So, um, I think for them, so they can try a lot of things also. So I think that's, the behavior probably will change. And also, for the retails, uh, especially after the COVID. So everything happened online, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay, I would say. But if you consider, the beauty industry, right? So you have to, when you launch the product or when you do something, so you have to consider, like emotional, like the offline, right? Offline, you have to really connect with others, right? So, you really need to feel it. You need to experience. So not only, buy the stuff. So you can
Mm-hmm.
buy the things everywhere, right? So, but
Yeah.
why you want to buy it? So you have to feel it. You have to try it. And then also, for, us, for Afiona, we partner with the brands. We, try to, like expand more, spa room,
Mm-hmm.
and also, brow bar. We are going to, launch in the second half as well. So with the brand, a partner with the brand, and also, for the hair.
Yeah.
Right? So currently, the hair, category is still, grow very fast in China, right? So, we also will, partner with the brand, for the treatment, not only treatment, also, like clean or the strong hair
Mm-hmm.
to like makeup and also for the skincare. So for those service and those experience, uh, can only happen offline. That
Agreed.
not
Mm-hmm.
that yeah cannot happen online, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
a, uniqueness.
Yeah. No, I agree completely with you, and we see it all over the different big companies in retail. They want to have services inside their doors. So as you said, bro bars are working very well. We work with one that is like opening everywhere. Why? Because you want to keep the consumer in your door. You want to make him live a different experience than just coming, buying, getting out. Now you want to.
Mm,
We've seen some of of the nice retailers also in China, where they have big lines, and you see that something is happening, between the consumer inside the shop. They need to be surprised. They need to feel emotions, as you said. So that's cool. And I think that's the future of retail. And even people, I don't know about China that much, you can tell us, but in Europe, you can feel that people are a little bit tired of being behind the computer all day, and AI coming, and there is like some fatigue. They're tired of online, and they're
Mm.
starting to come back to the retail and to offline experiences. And you see so many brands launching activation offline. So how is it in China? Do you see also the same pattern, like people coming back from their computer and wanting to experience things like physically?
Yeah, it's same in
Yeah,
China as well. So um, I think for the social, right? Social activity.
yeah.
So you have to communicate with others, right? So you cannot like always like sitting in the room and facing the computers. So and that also becoming the trendy,
Mm-hmm.
um, the the new trend in China as well. So outing, like a yoga, or also high run, and all these kind of stuff. Yeah, it's very becoming very booming in China as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Okay, okay. So maybe I can ask this question, which is usually very challenging. It's about what we call in Europe phygital. So it's how can you um, manage, I would say, or to attract people on your doors with the online activation, online marketing. How do you do you? Did you find like a few nice ideas that worked or other ideas that didn't work? But having people online coming into the doors, how do you make that happen?
Um, Still, the service and also the experience, and that's the uniqueness for offline, right? For the physical store. Um, you can buy everything online. So, but you still need to try on, right? So you need somebody to tell you how to use it, um, if it's right or wrong, and also during the service, our BA will communicate with the customer. So,
Mm-mm,
I would say the conversation, um, probably more like really linked to, the sales and about your family, about your feeling, about like your habits, so everything, right? So it's really emotional connection, right? So those kind of activities, surveys, and also the experience, what we partner with the brand and offer to our customer. So that
mm-hmm,
will bring the customer go
yeah.
to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the roles of BAs are so important. I think the education and the advice they bring to the consumer is what differs from influence marketing or KOL in a way online, but it's kind of similar. So yeah, it's very very important. How do you train those BAs? And I think what is very important to understand for our listeners is, so China is very big, very different culturally also, depending on the cities. So how you as a CEO, you manage to, um, understand every different culture, every different purchasing habits, and uh, yeah, how do you kind of, because at the end it's not like you have one country, but it's like you have almost a lot of different countries. So how do you manage
Mm.
to have single vision for Afiona as the whole China, but in the same time adapt to every region specificity?
Okay. We have very strong training team, and we have area trainers, over 10 area trainers located in the different like cities area of all across
Mm-hmm.
the China. And we
Okay.
also have the training team in headquarters. The training team in headquarters will partner with the brands and create and make the training guideline
Mm-hmm.
and the product like knowledge, selling skills, all the material will generate by the training team in headquarters. Then the our trainers will in charge of the training for all the BAs. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So either the classroom training, like gathering together, not only train them. Sometimes they need to practice, right?
Yeah.
So like a role play, right? So that will help the BA to understand more and understand like clearly. So I think the training team helped us a lot, and also start from the last year, we also use AI actually
Okay.
for the all the BA. Sometimes when they have the questions, they will use our AI tools to ask the question to the AI, like the
Nice.
trainer
Mm-hmm.
online, and all the information, all the data is already uploaded by the brand and us, and all the answer will like give our VA. So
Mm-hmm.
that will help its efficiency. I would I would say so. Sometimes even when they sometimes facing the customer,
Mm-hmm.
so they have some questions probably I cannot answer
Yeah.
immediately,
Mm-hmm.
so they can use the phone, right? So use the app, right? Ask the question, and then they will get the answer. So then they can answer the customer very quick.
That's cool. So
Yeah.
you've developed this internally, and I think you know tech, of course, data. When you manage that many stores, that many products, that many SKUs, it's difficult to get the right information from one single question. So I would say as of today, you see AI coming slowly into the retail, but you don't really see it. So that's cool that you're
Mm.
bringing it. When did you launch it? And yeah, I would say, how important is it for Afiona, you know, to invest in the tech, in the AI part?
Yeah. So if you consider like our BAs all located in the different like cities, right? So sometimes they cannot like in person ask the question in person, physically like see the trainer. So the AI tools will help them a lot, like especially the efficient way to answer the question for
Mm-hmm.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. I think I think it's when you yeah. I mean, then you have to make it smart and nice so consumer is not you know waiting too much or saying, but it's so important. I agree with you. Okay, okay. Um, let's talk a little bit about China in general. I would say and the consumer. So today, can you tell us a little bit what's the split online offline as of today? I think offline is growing a little more every year, but what is it like 80-20 or I think it was one of the big specificity of Chinese market was always more online than offline compared to all the other markets. When we
Mm.
launched in 2017, my brand, I think it was like 90-10 in China, and in France, it was the opposite, 90 in retail and 10 online. And now it balanced a little bit on both sides. But yeah, do you know the figures now?
No, I don't have the exactly like the figures
Yeah.
here, but yeah, I think the retail, the offline is recovering, and more brands. So like you mentioned, so in part, the branding will invest like much more online, right? So because it's quicker, right?
Hmm.
So they can see the result, they can see the all the figures very
Yeah.
quick. So every money or every you spend it, so you can very quick see the result. But the retail side, so you have to the same like amount of the money you spend probably would take much longer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but I think the sign I see recently is more and more brands they start to thinking invest back to the offline, right?
Yeah.
So especially the beauty industry. So still, so it's not only buy and out, right? So you have to feel it. You have to like experience.
Mm-hmm.
So more and more brands so start to thinking,
Yeah.
and also some of them they already start to for us the same. So compared to last year, you get a more like consult, or you get a more like a brand to ask you to the potential corporate like with us. Right? So compared to last year, the first half, so
Mm-hmm.
I would say at least the double.
Oh wow.
The
Okay.
more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good, very good sign, right? So very interesting thing is like we mentioned. So in past, 90% of the sales come from the online or live streaming the brand.
Mm-hmm.
So some even more like 95. So they start to like connect with us and contact with us, see if we can like cooperate with them and also partner with them. So for those brands in part only invest online, they start to balance the sales.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
No, I agree. And you know, in Europe, you saw a lot of what we call D2C brand, so direct to consumer, fully online brand, launching
Hmm.
maybe 5, 10 years ago. They were very successful, doing hundreds of millions of dollars and everything. But at some point, if they didn't transition to retail, they die, and
Mm.
a lot of people thought that a brand could be successful selling only online, and scaling a lot. And everybody saw that it wasn't the case. You need, to kind of physically put your brand in shelf. Um, so important. And I think that's the same happening in China. Tell us, um, so you've been seeing a lot of brands coming into China recently. What should you say, and what would be your advice for established brand in Europe to come to China? They didn't start yet, or should they do what should they do first? Any kind of idea advice you would give to established brand from Europe to that it wants to come to China?
Mm. Um, I think first, the brand need to very clear. So the objective, why they want to enter the Chinese market. It's for the revenue or it's for the brand building because that will be the totally different like approach, right? So secondly, find the right find the right like a planner, right? And also, um, I think how can I say that? I think because the Chinese market is so competitive, right? So,
Mm,
um, understand your customer, right? So what type of customer you want to really approach, right? Based on the customer needs and make the strategy, make every move, and also choose the right partner,
mm,
right? I think also for the brands also need to think about like how long they want to invest in Chinese market, right? So you want a short term, like a 1 or 2 years, or you want to like a 3 to 5 years long
mm,
term like
yeah.
strategy. And also it's very different, right? So if the brand really want to a very short term, I would suggest some probably right now it's not really right moment for them to enter the Chinese market, right? So it's still very competitive. Right?
Mm-mm.
So if they really want to invest, keep like investing in China, yeah, try it.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think it changed also a lot. Registration speaking, it's a little more easier now to do. I think some brands are doing them like directly. Before when we launched with Paul, we needed a distributor. Like a distributor, in they do everything for you. You don't need to really understand, and because it was so growing that distributors would take a lot of brands and try and try and try, and I mean you can rely on them. Today, very different, and you didn't have that many retail doors also. So it was
Mm,
all about online and everything. No, I think it's very different. um, the brand needs to participate a lot, in the launch. They need, as you said, to understand which consumer they're going to target, then what kind of distribution channel they should start on, um, and do plan, yeah, on 10 years. You're not gonna get quick wins anymore. Like, in China, you have so many brands competing, and also Chinese brands, and you have to be very, in a way, patient and brand builders. It's not about just quick wins and duplicating strategies. Consumers are different, distribution channels are different, competition is even higher, I would say, than in Europe. So yeah, it's good to have partners like you, and nice other retailers, nice other distributors who need to help navigating. But brands need to invest a lot, not only money, but brain and understanding, I think. Okay, okay. Something I wanted to ask you is about, in terms of yeah, categories today in China. So you talked about haircare growing a lot now. Of course, skincare, and I would say more importantly, like scientific skincare was always one of the best working category. But now tell us a little bit the latest trends. Makeup is coming also, is booming a lot. Tell us what are your feeling in today and maybe the next 5 years, the opportunities in terms of categories.
mm. Um, from the category perspective, skincare is very competitive, right? So if you consider the size of the category, skincare is still the biggest, the pie.
Mm-mm.
But it's very competitive.
Yeah.
Not only the sea beauty and also for the newcomer from the outside of the China, right? So even the K beauty, also very hot global-wise, right? So and also makeup I would say Chinese brands um they have very affordable you can find a lot of affordable makeup brands,
Mm-hmm.
Chinese local brands, right, in China.
Yeah.
The quality is good and the price is cheaper, right? So if you want to compete with them, you need to really think about the strategy.
Mm-mm.
Fragrance, also the fragrance still growing. If you consider the other country, Europe outside of the China, so the fragrance is still have a very good opportunity,
Mm-mm.
right? So and haircare, the smallest like category, but grow very fast,
Yeah.
right? So um, I I would say every category still have a opportunity. Just to find your differentiation, the how you differentiate your brand with others, right?
Mm-mm.
So if you can really find it, you can do your business in the
Mm-mm.
category. But if you cannot, you only can compete with the price or the promotion or discount. So you
Mm-mm.
were there,
Yeah.
right?
No, I think that's a very very nice analysis on the opportunities. Of course, you have niche perfumes coming also that we are exploring together on some ways, and you see new retailers on those and haircare and anything. But at the end of the day, it's all about being different, building emotional connection with the consumers. That's the most important. You cannot compete on prices. On there's too many brands. Everybody has a good product. I think that's what
Mm.
we feel. So then, how do you differentiate yourself? It's more on the connection. Uh, so yeah. I wanted to ask you also something that is important to understand is like the split, and that's where also the opportunity is, I think, in China, is the split between top tier cities, second tier cities that are also growing a lot, and then even like third tier cities now. How do you see this evolving in the next? I think that's one of the strength of Afiona, that you are
Yeah.
positioned in all those different things. And yeah, tell us a little bit how you see it evolving in the next years, and how maybe it could be also a way for a brand, I think, to be successful is not only to compete in the top cities, but go on lower ones. What's your feeling on this?
You already answer the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you consider the population of the Chinese market, right? So it's still the biggest market, I would say, global wide, right?
Hmm.
So, in the past like decades, everybody is compete in the tier one or tier two city, Shanghai, Beijing. For those cities, very competitive. So, for the brand, if you still can find a lot of opportunity in the lower, uh, like city tier, right?
Hmm.
So, the customer, over there, so, they still can, afford, the product.
Yeah.
So, um, the population is over there is still, it's still very like, strong. And
Hmm.
also, I think that's our expansion strategy. When we, targeting to open the source. So we want to, go like lower tier city to open our source. For those, the customer over there. So, the opportunity over there is, when they try to purchase the product, most of them, they will try to, shop online and or go to the, like a tier two or tier one city
Hmm.
to try it. And, but if you consider if you are able to open the store, nearby, that's opportunity, right? So, they can really like try it, do it, and then buy it.
Yeah. No,
Mm.
completely agree with you. And I mean, next time I'm gonna go to China, I want to go on like more like second tier cities to understand more. But everybody wants to go to Shenzhen, to Shanghai. So, but I think if you want to really uh, be strong in China, you need to understand also those other cities that are going to grow. So no, it's very important, and that's what I really like about Afiona strategy. And we've been seeing it, in different markets also. But it's about being different, as you say, and knowing where you can really build your added value. And I think what Afiona is building compared to other the big retailers, you know exactly where you want to go. I think first I have to thank you, Mars, for all the insights we talked today. It's always a big pleasure to discuss together. I'm really excited to come to China soon and to see you, hopefully. Um, just before we wrap up, what can we wish to you personally and to Afiona in the next weeks or next months? Well, what is your dream, or what is your wish?
It's a big wish. So, we hope we can go to public to listing. Yeah.
IPO time.
IPO. Yeah. We hope we can IPO in future. Yeah.
I'm sure you can do. I think you're one of the strongest professional, and you also have something that is very impressive. I think that you are very calm also, and I know all the pressure you have and all the hard work you have to put every day. So again, congratulations on everything you're building. Very inspiring for me, for Paul, for everyone. I think in this industry, we're very honored to have you today in the podcast. Thank you so much, Mars. Wish you all the best and see you very soon in China.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting. Look forward to seeing you soon in China.
And thank you for listening to Off the Shelf, the BeautyScale podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on Spotify and YouTube so you can always catch the latest conversations that are shaping the global beauty industry. Until next time, thank you for listening.